Oh, hello. Uh, Welcome to Hollandscheveld. This is my little living container that I had put in on the land that I own, so I had some place to live. Let me take you on a tour around my farm here in the Netherlands. Little background. I came to this farm, or I came to the Netherlands, I should say, after leaving Ravenport in California. I'd kind of gotten a little tired of the old, the base game drudgery of Groundhog Day, getting up in the morning, mowing hay, harvesting the field, etc., etc. Every day was looking the same, doing the same chores, tasks over and over again. So I decided to try something new. I came to the Netherlands, to this Hollandscheveld map. And I also started playing Seasons, which is a little more realistic way of, or interesting way to play Farming Simulator 19, in that you go through the seasons, you know, spring, summer, fall, and winter. So every day is a little different. You can set the number of days in the seasons. I think it can be as little as 3 or as many as 12 maybe, I don't know. So what I'm doing is I run 9-day seasons. So you can see up at the top, starting in the top right hand corner, we have our money. I remember to change the currency this time, so it's in euros. I currently have 389,622 euros. It's 1:55 in the afternoon. The little number right below that, we are running at 5 times speed. It's one of the tips that I got from the blog of Realismus, who is the maker of the mod seasons, that they, one of their developers was running 9-day seasons, felt that it, you know, was more realistic, didn't give him too much time to finish tasks. So you're actually, you know, busy throughout the day trying to get things done. To the left of that, you see that we are on day 7 of late spring, which is funny, makes me think of Springtime in the Netherlands, which was a travelogue by James A. Fitzpatrick. It's springtime in the Netherlands, from 1951. Temperature, it's 70 degrees out. Ground temperature is 54 degrees Fahrenheit. And as you can see, it's partly cloudy. Clouds moving across the sky. So this is my property here in the Netherlands. I'm going to hop in and run you over to, well, no, we'll just start here. So I came to the Netherlands with, I think I had $1 million. So I'm actually playing this one on not New Farmer, but Farm Manager. When you start a New Farmer in Farming Simulator 19, you usually get a farm and some equipment. When you come in Farm Manager, you just start with a bunch of money. No equipment, no farm sometimes. And you kind of start from scratch. So anyway, I came with, I think I had to adjust the money a little, but I started with nothing and €1,000,000. And my goal was to establishing a pellet business, where you make pellets, straw or hay pellets, and that was my goal, to establish a business doing that here in Hollandscheveld. So I'm several years into it at this point. And I have done just that. So we'll start. This is exactly how I left the farm when I stopped playing it. The reason I stopped playing it is because I made a horrible mistake. One of the mods I was using, and I think it was for a like a product. I think I had a tank, not one of these IBCs, but a modded one from the mod hub that I was using. It had a little larger capacity. It was cheaper. They came out with a update, I guess, to the mod, but it wasn't really like an update. It was like they re-released the mod, because the old one was still in my list of downloaded mods. So I made the mistake of deleting the mod, and I think I had one of those IBCs on the map, and so I could not get back into the map. And that's why I stopped playing on it. And that's why things are exactly as I left them, with this Deutschfahrer parked here. With the, I think that's a liquid tank, or is that a seed tank? What is that? Oh, there's nothing in it. No, that's a liquid tank for the sprayer. I don't even know where the back of the sprayer is on that. Don't know why I'm here. Don't know what I was doing when I stopped. So anyway, I bought this piece of land here. This was just a concrete pad, nothing on it. There was some grass fields over here, or meadow area, and a field or two, can't remember. And then I just expanded from there. So let's take a look, see what we got here. So you saw my container house. I had that brought in so I could stay on the property. So that's where I live. And then I had a building put in. I got my pressure washer here, toolbox, and workshop. Got a weight, got a little grab for round bales, a couple IBCs of, what is that, herbicide over there. So I put in the easy shed here, store the equipment in. Just had $1 million. I bought some equipment originally, made some mistakes going, and ended up buying some other things. Added this awning on to the easy shed so I could park equipment, store it out of the elements here. Out of the elements is important on seasons, because if you have bales stored outside, they'll deteriorate. So what do we got inside our shed here? Got a square baler and a wrapper behind it there. Got a seed tank and a seeder. Tedder. Windrower. Got a subsoiler tucked in there behind this. I think it's a weeder with a seed tank on it, capability to seed grass. Here's my Fendt Favorite 515C, my favorite tractor. I guess that's why they call it a Favorite. I got a couple bale trailers tucked on the side here by the canal. Later I came in and I put in another building over here to store some of my other equipment. So this might be the IBC that was problematic right here. It's got fertilizer in it. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that might have been the one that caused the problem. Not sure why it works now. But I did come into it after a while and it actually did work. I tried it another time. a small loading wagon, disc harrows, and front mower, and a side mower tucked in over here. This is where I usually park my truck. Somewhere else right now. Well, my harvester is a Fortschritt, kind of an East German brand, because it was inexpensive. Header for the Fortschritt. I got lots of stacks of silage bales here. In seasons, when you wrap a grass bale, it doesn't immediately turn to silage. It has to ferment, and I think it takes like a period to do that. So it would be in 9-day seasons, I think it would be 3 game days to turn into silage. So you got to store it, you know, say all of early spring or all of mid-spring, and then it'll be ready. These are all, I'm pretty sure. Oh. These are all silage, yep. Trailer. I think I got that to haul pellets in. Well, and also, well, I didn't have anything. I didn't have another trailer to really haul crop. More bales. So I got the narrows on here. I must have been doing like a spraying contract or something. I don't know. So we'll go grab the Fendt, since it is my favorite. We'll go see the rest of it. So this land is kind of tucked down this road along a canal. Kind of really the only access to it, which is a little bit of pain in the rear, but that's the way we started out. Land we could afford and develop on. So I do have crop destruction on. I don't want to drive over my crops. I don't have narrows. This is grass that I would cut normally. It's like weeds died over the winter. And then fields here to my right. Pull up here. So we came from back over there. How about? Came from back over there. So we got this field here. And jump the canal here. Whoop. This one over here. I think this is canola, and that one looks like oats maybe. So I worked those 2 fields for a long time in the grass here, and I worked a lot of contracts trying to get money up. At some point, I think this is the last field that I had bought in an expansion. We came over and bought this field over here. So we got 3 fields we kind of work up in this area. And I have a little bit of land. I don't know if you can see it from here. But it's a little difficult to get to because of the canals and everything. Would almost be straight ahead. That's the buildings by the soccer pitch that you can see there. And my building's almost right across from it. So it didn't have any place to store any crop, and ended up putting in this silo here. This grass is ours too. You gotta go to third person so you can appreciate the map a little better. Oh, you see the RVs over there? RV trailers. That's where I initially stayed when I got here till I got my trailer delivered. Oh, and the soccer pitch to the left. So like I said, we got a little bit of a drive down to our property, our concrete pad, where we kind of developed our farm from. So this is where it comes to the road. Have you noticed a little orange cone there? I put that cone there because at nighttime I would drive past, or when light was, you know, limited visibility, I would end up driving past this drive all the time. Miss it every single time. So I put that there so I could see where I was going. Alright, so no traffic. Remember where to go here. This driveway here. So we expanded into animal husbandry and bought some land back here and put some sheep on it. And I keep my skid steer loader, got a little Massey over here. My wool pallets. So we bought this sheep pasture here and started producing wool. It's a little homemade water tank. So right next to us on the other side of this hedge is also property that I purchased. I want to drive into the canal. It's one of the tricky things about this map is if you hire workers, you have to be very careful because they will dump your vehicle into the canal. Can't remember which way this gate opens. I think this way. Oh, no, it opens in. Alright, so this is a cow pasture. And this is where we had our cattle. They're down at the cow barn right now. We took them down there for the winter and we haven't brought them back up here to the pasture. That was my original livestock trailer, a little small one. Seen that one before at Ravenport. But yeah, no cattle here. So just beyond that stand of trees there is my building. So we'll head over there. after maybe a brief stop on the way. Stop down at this sign, tell you a little bit about the region. A lot of people apparently don't like this map. I do. It's got these canals interspersed and stuff. It's based on a real place in the Netherlands, and I just thought it was really cool. So Hollandscheveld is a village in the municipality of Husbandry, the Netherlands. It was founded on the 17th century, or in the 17th century, after the Hollandsch Company, the company from Holland, bought the land to harvest its peat. It was initially named Hollandscheveld, field of the Hollandsch Company, which was later combined into just Hollandscheveld at some time later. So there are 3,287 inhabitants in the village and about 1,000 in the rural area around it in 2004. During the Second World War, 3 notorious war criminals lived in Hollandscheveld: Auk Patthijs Dirk Hugendam and Martinus Johannes van Oort. These men tortured, arrested resistance warriors and Jews in a local school. Dirk Hugendam was sentenced to death after the war, but managed to escape to Germany, where he died in 2003. Known resistance heroes Marinus and Johannes Post were born in Hollandscheveld. They were both executed by the Germans in 1944. Hollandscheveld became the focus of national attention in 1963 during the Boerenopstand, the farmers' uprising. Thousands of so-called free farmers descended on Hollandscheveld when 3 families were removed from their farms after refusing to pay a levy to the Landbouwschap. After several days of fighting between farmers and armed police, one of the homesteads was burned to the ground. The leader of the uprising was Hendrik Kokak, who was nicknamed Boer Kokak, Farmer Kokak. His political party, Boerenpartij, the Farmers' Party, gained power and influence as a result of the incident. All right. Sorry you had to suffer through my poor reading skills. But, no, I liked the map. I thought it was pretty cool. And it had a good feel to it. Maybe after we get done with the tour, we'll just take a quick drive around also, just to kind of check it out. Get out. There's the signs. We're now leaving kind of the city, the village portion of it. There we go. So like I said, I came here to the Netherlands to establish a pellet business. And I did just that. This is it. So I saved and scraped my money, and I bought one of those Krona Primos pelletizers. But I didn't have anything powerful enough to power it. So I bought a little PTO power unit to drive it. And initially I had it set up on some other guy's property where I was storing my bales, and I would, here's the Primos, love this thing, very cool, but I would feed it bales with the attachment that goes on it here. I got it over in the corner. So you put this attachment on it, you can feed it bales and it'll shred the bale and compress the hay or straw into pellets in the Primos. And I got the little power takeoff unit that I used to power it because I didn't have a tractor that was powerful enough to do it. This is molasses as a binder in the Primos. Got some bales here. I think this little Deutzfahr that I bought to work over here in this area. It's got front loader on it with a small bucket. Weight. So then I bought this Massey Ferguson 8732, which does have enough horsepower to power the Primos in the field, which is kind of the preferred way to operate it, because all you have to do is just drive up and down your straw swath and you're good to go. Yeah, it's a lot more work to, bale the straw swath and then feed the bales on the attachment into the Primos. So if it were used here, I would attach the shredder to it here, feed it bales, and as it would produce the pellets, they'd come out, fall into the hopper here, up and into our palletizer, where it would, into our bagger. It would bag them over here, put the pellets into the bags would come over here, build a pallet, and then the pallet comes out and over to here. So yeah, that's the pellet business I set up. Didn't have enough room to put the building over on our other concrete pad. I had designs of doing it, but I just didn't have enough room to do it. So here's our bags of pellets over here. We sell them. I picked up a plow because I made a little money over the winter plowing the roads for the local council. Butterfly mower set up so I can mow more efficiently. So this land that we have the building on, we also have a large grass field in the back. Looks like it's almost ready to harvest, not quite, but large grass area in the back, so we mow that. Ted it, dry it, and then pelletize it. So yeah, that was a dream, was to establish the pellet business. I think in the winter time I would get bored a little bit because there wouldn't be a whole lot I could do. Didn't really do forestry on this map. I did cut down a tree one time. We'll close this. Close the gates there. Car coming. So start getting into the animal husbandry. That's why I ended up buying the cows too. So we'll run down to, we bought a small farm to take the sheep and the cows to in the winter time, so they weren't outside the whole time. So that's down this way. I have my cruise control set slower, not quite sure why. Probably for driving around in town or something. I think that's the horse stables there to the left. We would sell them. No, we buy manure from them when we're using manure to fertilize our fields. It's been so long since I've been on this map. Here we go. Right here. Alright, so we bought this down here to keep our cows in. They're right over here during the winter time. So it's got a loft up there you can put bales in. I'm not quite sure how easy it would be to get them up and down from there though. There's not a whole lot of room over here. But got our cows in here, so we started our dairy operation. Got our feed mixer down here. Trailer, I think I have straw pellets in here to use for the bedding. Front end loader and a bucket to clean up the feed area. And then this building over here is for the sheep. Again with a loft up above. And they're producing a little wool. Got so many sheep now that they won't all fit here. So I ended up having to have some winter out in the pasture. I think I have a livestock trailer tucked right around here. Because, yeah, he couldn't relocate like the cows from that pasture over here with that little livestock trailer I had. I own this grass field here. There's another one on the other side. I'm not sure. I thought about buying this one. Not sure if I bought it or not. Let me check the map. I have not. Okay, so here's the map. And it's based on satellite imagery. You can now Google it and see the map, and it does look like it a little bit. So we started here with our concrete pad. We had field 56, 55, and 54. Then we bought field 47. We bought 60, which is the sheep pasture. 59, which is the cattle pasture. 64, there's where our pellet hall is. Came over here down this road to this farm area. We got fields 85 and 86 over here. Water tank. There's a truck. Milk tank. Got some wool pallets tucked back there, it looks like. Trailer. It's a small silo here. And our manure pile. There's a manure back for the truck. Oh, didn't even talk about the truck. There's my truck. So you can change the backs on these. This one will carry, you know, bulk products. This one over here is a spreader. And I don't know if there was another one up at the other area or not. Probably not. I think those are the only ones that I had. You can also take these back, and I can use this truck to pull the trailer that you saw up at the other farm. Excuse me. And the other grass field. Is right over here. So that's my farm on Hollandscheveld. Again, came here with the goal of establishing a pellet business. I did. I guess I can say I accomplished my goal, and that's why I moved on, but really it was some sort of problem with deleting a mod that I still had on the game. At least that's what I think happened. But I can't get back into it now, but I had moved on. So I just never really came back. Kind of sad. It's a neat map. Although I know there are some people that don't care for it. Perhaps because the roads are... I do the cruise control and go 18 again. Perhaps because the roads are kind of straight, fields are boxy, it's hard to get around because of all the canals and stuff, or whatever they are, irrigation ditches, I don't know. You know, the region originally was used for peat production, so maybe that's got something to do with it. But you know, there's only certain ways you can get to places, so you got to kind of learn those, otherwise it gets real hard to get around. So I imagine that might be what steered some people off of the map. I thought it made it just a little more interesting, you know. Yeah, you just kind of got to learn your way around. He buys manure there. When I was trying to make money at one point, I actually would buy manure from the riding stables and bring it over here and sell it to him at a little bit of a profit. So looked at a lot of other areas to do the expansion before we ended up buying the land and putting the pellet hall in where we did. So everywhere you see a concrete pad by a field, that's where we considered doing it. Before the church here, I'm going to take this left. I don't think I have anything over here anymore. So early on, I began renting parts of this shed, portions of it. When I first started with just the end over here, and I kept bales in there, and then I expanded to two bays. I'm not sure if I ever rented all 3 bays at one point. I think I did. And then I would actually just set that Primos up here in the parking lot, and I'd grab the bales out of here, bring them over, feed them into the Primos with the front end loader, and I had the truck parked underneath the belt to offload it directly into the truck, and then I'd take them and sell them as fast as I could make them. Ah, the good old days. Yeah, so in the winter time I'd come and plow all these roads for the local council. It's a store over there. Oops, cement truck. So yeah, and when I was trying to make money, I'd work around, work all these fields, do baling contracts, what have you. Anything to keep the money coming in so we could continue to upgrade our land and our equipment. Yeah, put a few hours into this map. Not nearly as many as I did on Ravenport. Really enjoyed the seasons. This is kind of where I learned seasons. Really enjoyed it. I guess this is what gave me kind of a taste for the adventure of a European style map. Tulips there. kind of exotic. So I thought it was fun. Got a couple of our cell points up here in town. I don't even remember what they're called anymore. But really kind of enjoyed just kind of the uniqueness of the map, seeing it change throughout the seasons, the canals freezing over in the winter. It was just all kind of pretty neat. So you see, I get going, flying down this road, yakking away. There's my cone on the left. And that's what would keep me from missing my turn. It's our sheep right there. On the way back. To the property where we started our adventure here on Hollandscheveld. I appreciate you stopping by. Hope you enjoyed it.